to the arena.
Hello. In this Meta Talks episode, I will be covering the pros and cons of Shen Jungle with the Keystone Guardian and how I like to run him. The first question you might have is, why play Shen Jungle? Shen Jungle is similar to a Mumu Jungle in his playstyle, ganks, and scaling. Shen also has friends, unlike that little mummy. Shen can jungle pretty decently with his abilities. Shen's Q does percentage maximum health magic damage to his targets. At rank 1 he deals 2% maximum health as magic damage with a bonus 10 magic damage. But if he is able to position his spirit blade to go through an enemy champion as it converges to him, the percentage damage doubles to 4% with 50% attack speed. At rank 5 he deals 4% maximum health normally, and when passing through an enemy champion, it deals 6% per strike with the added attack speed. Since his Q gives him 3 strikes, he can do a surprising amount of damage in a short period of time. It also has a relatively short cooldown on all ranks, meaning he can consistently pressure any champion, including tanks, if he is able to swing repeatedly at them. Doing percentage damage to jungle camps is really good, but the damage his Q deals to monsters is capped, but it still allows you to damage them heavily. His W causes Shen's sword to emit a dome that fully negates all basic attacks for 1.75 seconds if any allies are within it. If no allies are present, the dome activation will be paused until 1 enters or 2 seconds pass. This ability is crucial to early level damage negation, as jungle camps can chunk Shen decently low because of his weak early game. With the combination of his Q and W, Shen's jungle clears are decently fast and he escapes them moderately healthily. When playing Shen in the jungle, his E is not primarily used because it has a long cooldown early ranks and it doesn't deal amazing damage. While his E isn't amazing for farming, it's amazing for ganking lanes with. My advised plan as the first Shen jungle main to enter the pro scene: I suggest you gank at level 3. Shen's Q specializes in large, single target enemies. I suggest clearing both buffs, and when you are in your blue half of your jungle, take your Gromp as well. This clear will result in you being level 3 at top lane. You want to gank your top laner at level 3 no matter what, unless the enemy jungle is an aggressive type and he's there, or your laner has pushed the lane extremely far and fast early. When doing the level 3 clear, I notice myself arriving top lane at 250 instead of the average 3 o'clock of a normal level 3 jungle clear. When ganking top lane at level 3, it's either balls deep or not at all. Shen's Q damage is underestimated during early levels, but he can slice up an enemy pretty nicely. You want to engage with his EQW combo. Shen's E is perfect for ganking as it CCs the enemy, allowing your laner to either follow up and or get their skill shots and abilities off. Combo this with your support bot lane and you give your ADC 10 years for him to damage an immobilized target. After ganking top, you most likely don't need to gank again before 6 and can focus on farming till then. Early game, Shen is that one quiet kid in the back of the room. You don't really know him, but he seems kinda weak and easy to fuck up. Then as the game goes on to mid-game, Shen becomes that one popular kid that everyone knows and is probably hard to beat up, but possible if you're buff. Then as it goes into late game, Shen becomes a buff jock that has the body size of 90 blue whales, but both arms are 2 toothpicks wide. Shen will be almost unkillable but will deal next to none damage if they aren't a squishy backline champ. When I play Shen jungle, I usually go for that level 3 clear that I mentioned earlier, unless it's an exception. After ganking I usually never gank again until level 6. I power farm but hold lanes when I can. Levels 3 to 6 is your teenage phase. You want to weigh your farming over ganking and helping your team. As level 6 you want to use your ultimate as a counter gank or assistance when your teammates have already engaged or planning to. Shen's ult is amazing since you don't know when he's going to use it and you can't ward to know if he's coming. It's usually best to duo Q with a friend top lane to coordinate abilities better. In this game I'm duoing with a Garen top who's building mostly damage and some tankiness. After my first clear, I back and buy Bami's Cinder, and if possible, the entire Cinder Hulk. I prefer going Bami's Cinder instead of buying Tiamat because it's not only cheaper, but it also gives you health. Bami's Cinder deals a minor amount of damage to enemies around you every second. The damage does build up and deals a mediocre amount of damage idly. After Cinder Hulk, it's obvious you get Titanic Hydra and then the average Shen build. I usually don't get any hybrid damage and tankiness items on Shen except Titanic Hydra, but you could always go Wit's End, Frozen Mallet, Black Cleaver, Trinity Force, or Sterix Gauge if you feel you got caught lacking. You can get Ginsu's Rage Blade as well but only when you are extremely fed and ahead. I also take Guardian on Shen Jungle instead of Aftershock or press the attack. Since Guardian procs whenever you use an ability on an ally as well you are able to increase the size of your already massive shield. Guardian also gives you and your ally movement speed for 1.5 to 2.5 seconds which allows your target to run away faster or engage quicker. Since Shen is a massive tank, and Guardian scales on your health, you end up getting a shield so gargantuan in size it makes their health bar entirely gray. Shen has a few horrible matchups that mostly scale around his early game. Shaco is one of those early annoyances he has a hard time facing. If Shaco steals one of Shen's buffs early it will make his scaling throughout his game clunky and less effective. Lee Sin is also a good ban. Any early game invader and brawler will cause Shen some grief. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed don't forget to stand united with me and my videos by subscribing for more videos. Please don't be afraid to comment below for suggestions. See you later for the next video.